Hey there parents, it's Kate Rax here from OwnYourBirth.com. I am a Donna doula, a Lama's childbirth educator and a mom of 2 girls. Today we are diving into a topic that often sends shivers down the spines of parents-to-be, the umbilical cord wrapped around the neck of the baby, also known as nuchal cord. So perhaps your heart skips a beat when you hear a story that the cord is around the baby's body or even around the neck. Well, I am here now to put those worries to rest and provide you with evidence-based knowledge that will ease your concerns about the nuchal cord. So let's unravel the truth together. So let's start with the basics of the umbilical cord. So picture this, in the middle of the cord there is a mighty vein carrying all the precious oxygen and nutrients from the placenta to your baby. On the model this is the purple cord, and then it is flanked by 2 smaller arteries like this pale and the green rope here, and I hope you see them. So those 2 arteries, they are sending waste back to the placenta, and then all of this is wrapped into a substance, into a magical substance which is called the Wharton jelly. And seriously, it's like nature's bubble wrap. So this whole structure remains elastic and resistant because of this special wrapping, a bit like on my model here. And what happens very often with the umbilical cord? Well, as your little one moves around in your womb, they might twist, turn, somersault, and yes, they can even loop the cord around themselves. In fact, it is so common that about 1 in 3 babies is born with the cord wrapped around them. And get this, research suggests that boys experience the cord wrapped around their body or neck more often, possibly just because boys tend to have longer cords. But here is the key point. A cord around the neck is totally normal thanks to the Wharton's jelly lending a hand. And it does not affect your baby's development one bit because the cord remains elastic and functional even if it is wrapped around the baby, even if it's wrapped several times, and even if there is a knot or there are knots on it. But now let's address the very sad, very tough moments. So yes, there are cases when babies sadly they pass away in the uterus and the cord around their neck might seem like a plausible explanation. But remember, a cord around the neck is as common in fetal death cases as it is in healthy births, so around a third each. So the nuchal cord is not the villain here. It is more of a scapegoat in such stories. Alright, but now childbirth time. So even if your little ones got the cord around the neck during birth, definitely no worries, because the cord's elasticity means that it rarely gets tight, and in most instances it is just positioned really softly around the neck of the baby, perhaps even multiple times. And even more, during the birth the baby is not breathing yet, and its oxygen isn't coming from breast just yet. It is still coming from the placenta via the umbilical cord. So suffocation is absolutely not something to worry about. But let's say the cord does get a bit snug. You might think at first that in such cases the cord really needs to be cut immediately, as soon as possible, as soon as it becomes visible. But hold on to your hats, because medical professionals do not rush to cut it in a panic. They wait until the baby is fully out. And why is that? Because even if the circulation of the cord is compressed for a few moments, it never fully stops. And as the baby emerges, that tension in the cord releases immediately, and then oxygen flows freely again, and the baby gets re-oxygenated, and all is well in the world again. However, if the cord were cut immediately during birth, then the baby's only oxygen supply would be their own breathing, which might take a few moments to establish fully. So the safest course of action is undoubtedly to keep the cord intact, even if it is tight around the baby's neck. And I know what you are thinking now. Could a short umbilical cord around the neck affect the birth plan? And rest easy, mama. Your uterus, the baby, and even the placenta team up during birth as they move downwards together as one unit. On top of this, during the pushing stage, the baby curls up, bridging the gap and reducing the distance between his body and the placenta. Plus, skilled midwives, they really know the baby positioning magic, and they apply a so-called somersault maneuver, which helps the baby to emerge even if the umbilical cord is short. Now you may wonder also about cesarean birth. Can a nuchal cord, so a cord around the baby's neck or the baby's body, to be a reason for the necessity of the surgery? Well, please do not be fooled when a provider mentions the cord around the neck as a reason for the distress of your baby. The nuchal cord is just as common with cesareans as with vaginal birth. And cord or not, some medical interventions, typically like Pitocin, like the rupture of the membranes, or like laying on your back, they are more likely culprits for any fetal distress during labor, which may then require a quick surgical birth, yes. So the bottom line, lovely mama, that the cord is truly a marvel of nature's design. So there is no need for unnecessary vaginal checks during the pushing stage just to see if the cord is around the neck of the baby or not, because it's all good. And guess what? After a serene, undisturbed birth, sometimes mothers even loop the cord themselves from the neck of the baby after birth. And now, if you are hungry for more empowering knowledge like this, enabling you to actively shape your birth experience through well-informed and conscious decisions, then head over to my website, which is the www.ownyourbirth.com. And be sure to subscribe to my free childbirth workshop, where I provide practical and easy to implement tips to make your birth smoother and more enjoyable. So until next time, stay empowered and stay informed. I'll catch you soon, wonderful mama. Bye-bye.